Go.
And to acknowledge his greatness, how would you do that? Midrash Rabbah tells us that we are known as Yehudim. The acknowledgement that we give is that we call ourselves by the name of Yehuda. He becomes the identifying marker of who we are. And the greatest tribute we give to Yehuda of Ata Yeducha is that we call ourselves by that name. This is actually quite an acknowledgement of Yehuda's outstandingness. And we are here tonight, we ask ourselves, what can we do to perpetuate the memory of Yehuda Pinchas, Rabbi Yehuda Pinchas Symes? One, it's a suggestion to perpetuate his memory. People thinking of when they're having children, to think of them carrying his name. Yes, I know that we normally do this for family members, but in a situation where there's no immediate family member, what better way of perpetuating his memory than by identifying people and saying, I was named after a great person, Rabbi Yehuda Pinchas Symes. And the greatness, as we said about Yehuda and Pinchas, of stepping up to the plate in extenuating circumstances and shining as an example for what it is that we do when we're reacting to life's sometimes challenging moments. Before the accident, Rabbi Yehuda Pinchas Symes was a revered teacher, a beloved teacher, a highly respected individual in the community. Nothing changed after the accident in terms of those positions that he held in the community. But if anything, his reaction afterwards was a telling example of what life is all about. Because no one can live a life free from challenges. And the question and what defines us as individuals is how we react when things happen that are total surprises, sometimes bad shocks. Do we shrink away from life, or do we say life has no more meaning? In the case of Rabbi Yehuda Pinchas Symes, what he did afterwards is totally extraordinary. He was able to, in a situation when lesser people would have given up, or certainly would have shrunk away from being involved in anything, he reaffirmed life. He courageously soldiered on, actually came back to teach. He also set a high bar for what happens when you're put into a suffering situation such as he. Yes, he had the tremendous support of his dear and beloved wife Shendel, of a family that adored him, a community that revered him. But what he did was to give them further and further encouragement, never complaining, always saying, this is not a tragedy, this is an opportunity. And what he was able to do was take a most trying circumstance and make it into a triumph. And we stand here tonight contemplating his memory, contemplating his legacy. And if we just take this one thing and say, we cease to be spoiled individuals who make demands on life, but rather say in the Rabbi Symes fashion, when life throws us wrinkles and when things don't happen the way we want them to happen, that we react the way Rabbi Symes reacted, by saying, don't lament what you don't have, celebrate what you do have, make the most of it, and make it a teaching moment, which he did his entire life was a teaching moment. And the beauty and the magic of his life is those teaching moments, they remain with us. At this shloshim, we realized that he was a master teacher in his lifetime, and he remains a master teacher after his passing. So to dear Shendel and to the family and to the Bet Tikva community and the Ottawa Jewish community, the Jewish community to the world over, we all lament together what we have lost, but we celebrate and appreciate what Rabbi Symes has left for all of us. Yehi Zichro Baruch. The Nomar Amen.